Good?
Looking good, yeah. My name is Vivian Beer. My studio's in Manchester, New Hampshire. I make one-of-a-kind pieces of furniture. It's really special furniture in that it's mostly industrial materials, so like steel and concrete. I'm very much inspired by really the forces of nature. I think a lot of people say, I'm inspired by nature, but that's a bit too vague. I'm really inspired by things like erosion and the way things freeze and thaw, right? So really the dynamic forces that you find in the world around you. I'm a furniture maker and designer that has really like an artist's research sort of way of making. So a lot of the pieces I make have some kind of reference to something in history. And that thing in history, you know, or really currently, has really often been things that we associate with speed or transportation. So cars, bridges, trains. Being on Ellen's Design Challenge was, it was a fairly special experience. I mean, in a way it's kind of like being here, you know, where I have so many resources to realize my ideas. And it was the same there, although it was a pressure cooker trying to make things in such a short period of time where you only have a couple of days to make a piece of furniture. You also had all these people who were getting materials for you, and you know, I got to experiment with so many different materials. You know, primarily I've been making unique pieces out of steel and concrete, and that's it. So doing that and being able to engage with upholstery and wood and work with another person and really be challenged to step outside of this kind of very specific and deep delve that I had in my work is really exploded out my ideas. It's really expanded what I think I can do. So there's a lot of different projects, a lot like pursuing lighting design here at the museum that has kind of come from this sort of kind of breathe in, expansive, outward looking practice. I love how the glass is really so luminescent and you know, carries light in a very different way. Here at the museum, I am working on lighting parts. A light LED that's projected from, you know, imagine. So we're making different glass shapes that LED light's gonna project into, and all of the parts that we're making here, I'm gonna bring home, interact with metalworking to make different lighting pieces. Before this, I directly came from Pilchuck Glass School, which is about an hour north of Seattle, and I did a residency there too for 2 weeks, and that was the first time I've used glass. So I have this entire month of glass, and probably the dreamiest, most spoiled way you could possibly be introduced to a material. I think one of the most difficult things in being a designer and being a craftsman and running your business, working by yourself, is staying fresh. Having new ideas, getting to engage with things, and not having that narrow path of just one thing that you do so well. And it's like gravity. You keep kind of following this one line. And I've always used travel and residencies to kind of break me out of that kind of narrow, specific thing. And it's just, it's awesome to be here and be able to delve kind of deeply, suddenly, into a different material. What?